Hey everyone, it's Anthony Kim, and last week I was looking at a tutoring business that did everything right on paper, but they were still barely growing and struggling with enrollments. When I look at a tutoring business, there are about 7 things I check immediately, and most businesses are failing at least 3 of them. By the end of this video, you'll be able to diagnose your own tutoring business in under 10 minutes. Let's start with the most important one, the offer. If your offer isn't strong, nothing else matters. Everything is downstream from this. Most tutoring businesses say something like, we offer math and English tutoring. That's not an offer. Your service needs to be able to immediately answer 3 things clearly: who it's for, what result you get, and how fast. So something like, we help your year 8 to 10 child go from a C to an A in 12 weeks. Now, I talked about the offer in depth in my last video, but the key takeaway is after you're able to answer those 3 key things, then you want to stack differentiation. Do something that stands out from your competition, whether that be methodology, proof, positioning, guarantee, or something else entirely. So the way to fix this now, rewrite your offer with a clear outcome, timeline, and exactly who it's for. Moving on to the second thing, I look at the pricing structure and the pricing itself of the tutoring business. How are you actually charging for your service? And it's hugely misunderstood in this market. Most tutoring businesses underprice, and it actually hurts the perception of your business without you ever knowing, resulting in worse conversions. Lower price points attracts harder clients, makes you look like everybody else, and ultimately you get lower revenue as a result. It's just a lose-lose-lose situation. And the fix is to always charge based on a program-based structure. So for example, a 10-week package, and always tie your price to the actual outcome when you're having these conversations. And since you will be upping your price, I would avoid putting the price on your website or any of your socials for the time being. If you just show your price out there, that's going to cause friction, it's going to lower conversions, and people won't actually understand your value until they're able to have a conversation with you. And only then do you show the price once it's tied to a transformation and tied to an outcome they desire, and that's when you can justify it. So how to fix this now? Firstly, get clear on your metrics. What's your current conversion rate? What percentage of people that you have a conversation with are you actually closing? The good benchmark is around 40%. And if you can, definitely move to a program-based structure where you're charging upfront for 1,000 plus, and you're able to charge on a monthly or term-by-term basis. We've seen successful tutoring businesses be able to charge packages of $3,000 plus upfront with 80% plus close rates. So it can be done. All that's important is being able to actually tie the price point back to the outcome and back to what you can achieve for them. Number 3, consultation conversion. This one is huge, and it's where a lot of tutoring businesses leave money on the table. When I look at tutoring businesses and what they do for their sales, one of the biggest things I mark is what is actually going on with the conversions and with the consultations. What you want to be doing on your phone calls and your video calls is treating it like a bit of a doctor's diagnosis. So instead of conducting it like an interview or just using it as an opportunity to sell yourself, instead use a structure that enables you to create that emotional buy-in. The 3-step format I like to always go by is, firstly, you want to diagnose. So ask really good questions that tell you the situation that they're in and determine whether you're able to help them or not. And then after you've diagnosed, you then want to agitate. So if they have a problem that they've been facing for some time, you want to ask questions and also explain things in a way that brings that pain to the forefront temporarily. And then lastly, you want to prescribe. So like a doctor would, after you have that diagnosis, you want to offer a solution without solving it on that call. Don't say, oh, don't worry about it. Instead say, we can help you with that and we can immediately solve that problem for you. And we've got the solution how, and that's when you can explain a little bit at a high level of what your service is. I've created an in-depth video on the sales process and the exact scripts, templates, and SOPs you can follow from today. You can check that in the description if you think that'll help. But the key takeaway is this: parents don't buy tutoring, they buy certainty. So model your conversion system around that. How to fix this now? Implement a clear sales process that you can actually stick to that follows the diagnose, agitate, and prescribe DAP system. Now, the 4th thing that I look at when diagnosing the enrollment system of tutoring companies is the speed to lead. Speed is one of the most underutilized unfair advantages in this market and in business in general, yet nobody does it. Most tutoring businesses, they receive an inquiry through their website, their socials, or however else, and they usually reply within a couple of hours, right? Or worst case, a day or a few days later. And yet by that time, they've probably already signed up to another form or another couple of forms with your competitors and other options out there. There's nothing that makes you stand out. You want to be responding to that lead within 5 minutes every single time. And the rule that I personally used is within 2 minutes. And you might be thinking, okay, Anthony, you've just told me I need to reply to every single lead within 2 minutes, but that's just not possible. I have so many classes to run. I'm so busy. Well, here's the gold. We've been using an AI autoresponder that automatically sets and replies to these leads within 2 minutes. And it's shown incredibly good results, and we've been able to capture more of the market. So how to fix this now? Strive to always call the leads within 5 minutes of them submitting a form. And best case, set up an AI autoresponder or an SMS appointment setter to do this on autopilot. Number 5 is the follow-up system. Now, we always strive to make the close on the very first call, but in reality, most closes happen after that opportunity. And yet most tutoring businesses, they don't follow up after that first conversation, leaving money on the table. You've done so much effort to grab the attention of this lead, and it's such an unfortunate situation if after that first conversation, you're just forgetting about them entirely. You've put in the money, you've put in the time, you've put in the effort. Instead of one call and then done, use SMS, email, and reactivation techniques to not only keep them within the funnel of follow-up, but in the long term, you want to be able to reactivate them with a new offer or another conversation to make sure that you're actually utilizing every single lead that you've put in the time and money into actually getting. The fortune is in the follow-up, but only if you actually do it. So how to fix this now? I want you to follow up at least 5 times with every single conversation that didn't end up in a close, assuming they qualified. But the key is utilize value. Send them case studies, send them successful client stories, send them just tips and value that they would benefit from. And in that way, you keep at the forefront of their mind when they think they might need your service in the future. Number 6 is the Referral Engine, and it is one of the fastest to actually audit for, but also make changes to. Your happiest parents should be one of your biggest growth channels. Most businesses, they utilize referrals, but in a passive way, leading to inconsistent growth. Referrals are the warmest leads that you can get because the trust is already built. They have direct access to one of your happy clients, which is the best indicator for how good your service actually is. The 2 golden ways I like to engineer referrals and make sure that we're able to predictably get more is to actively utilize prompts and incentives. So incentives can be the form of like cashback, discounts, or extra value on top. So for example, you might have a workshop they can have free access to if they bring a referral or something along the likes. But even better, there's no need to overthink it. You can just utilize conversations and prompts with your existing clients. So how to fix this now? I want you to message 5 of your happiest clients after this video, just saying, do you know anyone else that could benefit from what we're doing now? You'd be surprised with how many people take up what you have. And after all, the tutoring market is evergreen. There's always going to be kids have friends. There's always going to be opportunities for bringing referrals. Last, number 7 is acquisition channels. The first step in acquisition is to master one channel. Pick one and master it, whether that be paid ads, organic content, partnerships, outreach, whatever it might be. And then you want to layer on additional channels until you have a full ecosystem. If you rely on one method of acquisition, your business is fragile in the long term. What happens if you're entirely relying on Facebook ads, but that just starts to not performing as well in the future? Your business will suffer dramatically. So once you master one and you know it's working, optimize that, but layer on additional channels when you can. And in the first place, most businesses, they don't even do one properly. So the fix now is to pick one new channel or one that you're already doing, master that, and then take action today to make sure that after you master it, you can layer on another one. And one of the biggest ones that you can do for free is organic content, is posting content on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever your audience hangs out. Now, if you've gotten to this point of the video and you've realized that you're missing 2, 3, or 4 of these things, or they're not optimized to where it could be, that's exactly why your enrollments feel inconsistent and your marketing feels variable and abrupt. And if you're a tutoring business currently struggling with getting enrollments, or you want a proper diagnosis, you can click the link in the description and book a free call, completely optional. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.